Mr. Tsai says he's willing to move with the compensation they've been offered.
I will miss the land, of course. Without the land to farm, I will just have to give up farming and enjoy life.
But other farmers are angry. This man saw us filming and came over to pour out his resentment, well aware public protest in China is risky. We're all unhappy, he told me. What's there to be happy about? They gave us a much smaller place and very little money. But nothing stops the demolitions. China's government is convinced industrialization must go ahead, even at the risk of rural revolt. You can actually watch as China's growing number of factories push deeper and deeper into the countryside. It can feel as if this country is one vast building site being torn down and rebuilt. This is just one of countless farm villages which has been razed to the ground. All the farmers and their families pushed, willingly or unwillingly, off the land to join the growing army of the urban working population. It's difficult to know how they feel about it. Very few speak out openly. But you get a very strong sense of the anger and resentment from the figures that, extraordinarily, the Chinese authorities themselves have published. Last year alone, they recorded some 87,000 incidents of protest, unrest, disturbance. That's more than 1,600 a week. So there's no question of the anger and bitterness that's been caused, but there's no question also of the fact that China's rural face has been changed forever. The time has come. Mr. and Mrs. Tsai and their grandson are about to move into their new government-provided home, now almost complete. The 19-year-old is excited by the transformation of China, the future possibilities opening up for him.
Life for my father and the grandfather's generations can be described in just one word: hard. My generation are going to study and learn skills, then we can get easier jobs.
Education is a key focus for China. It really needs to be. The country has too few children as a result of the strict one-child-per-family policy. And that means a dwindling workforce. So tomorrow's workers have to be given the best possible skills. I can't pretend to be able to follow this lesson, but what I have learnt from both China and from India is that education is the key to their future greatness. Many of the children here from local villages are getting off to a flying start with better resources than in India. But for China to stay ahead, education still has to be improved at every level, from primary through secondary and beyond.
Sing, louder, louder.
And China is struggling against another handicap. The urgent need to learn English, today's global language. The method may seem bizarre, but it's hard not to admire the sense of a whole nation slogging to get to the top of the world.
At the moment, English plays an important part in China's economic prosperity. It is the basic tool for international communication. As we improve our English skills, China will be able to interact with the rest of the world even more.
Indian education faces quite different challenges. The absolute priority in the villages here is fighting poverty. And fighting poverty means giving children skills which could lift them to jobs inside India's urban-led boom. An escape route from very low wages working the land. What would you spend it on? As it is, the headmaster sometimes despairs at the risk of perpetual poverty here.
Because uneducated parents, they are not sending their children properly to the school. absent is their children absent is one. They are at least continuously nearly 10 to 15 days they are absenting. By that way, will not understand lessons properly.
But if they get better educated, will that give them a different chance in life than their parents? I mean, is the future for them better?
Definitely, sir. Definitely.
Now look at this. Still India, but the contrast could hardly be more extreme. This is the breath-catching campus in Bangalore of Infosys, India's own homegrown software giant, and a major contributor to India's explosive growth.
We have a faculty of 180 people who are faculties in computer science. This is possibly the largest computer science faculty anywhere in the world.
Mohandas Pai, Infosys director, is showing me a vision of India's future. And the biggest emphasis of all here, no question, it's on teaching. Taking the highest achievers among India's college leavers to even greater heights. They see no limits to the country's future or their own.
I want to leave a mark. I'm looking at making a difference somewhere down the line. It's not like everything is already done. So there's so much that's yet to be discovered, there's yet to be tapped. So that way, there's a lot of scope to make a difference.
Is this an exciting time to be living in India?
Definitely. I think this is the best time. There's never been a better time here.
All that enthusiasm Mr. Pai shares, but he's also realistic. India is being outrun by China. His hope, India can catch up.
But the fact remains, China has lifted the largest number of people out of poverty in the shortest possible of time. There is no parallel in human history to what China has done. There will be no parallel in human history to what India has done. Because these two countries don't fit in with the notion of the rest of the world. They are 40% of the world. And if 40% of the world does well, the balance 60% will naturally do very well.
So, for both India and China, in their race to the top of the world, the heights of achievement seem to beckon. And for me, at the end of this journey, there's no better place than the Natula Pass in the Himalayas, where the two countries meet to try to glimpse their future. With China and India face to face, we can look into the future, but we can't see it clearly. What we can be certain of is this, that both these great countries are building and building fast. The changes in their economies are going to change the lives of 1 billion people in India, more than 1 billion people in China. But far more profound than that, the world order is going to be transformed. We may see a time when the United States goes into at least partial eclipse. The giants of Asia are on the move and on the rise.